Let's go. Oh! I'm gonna play Xayah for 100 games straight.
Oh.
Good job. I am gonna go full one trick. I'm gonna play Xayah. I'm going full one trick.
No turning back now?
No turning back. Oh, it's all gonna go wrong, isn't it? Right. We've hit 20 games played. Well, we've hit 22 up that side. We've hit 22 games played. We've got 100% recently played champions on Xayah now. I'm gonna be honest with you. One tricking's hard. Going into a game knowing you're gonna play one champion. I want to play whatever's the best into that matchup. I know I can play other champions. I would like to play those champions. We played into a Caitlyn and it was awful. We've played into a Twitch and it was awful. The single most difficult thing about one tricking is knowing that you're going into a difficult losing matchup and you've actively chosen to go into that matchup. So you know it's going to be a problem. The positive thing about going into those matchups, you know what to do, you know what to look out for. What I am noticing now that we are 22 games in, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident. I know the damage roughly that I'm going to output on the champion, which I couldn't do before, which is really great. It's been a long time since I've properly gone into just one champion for a long time, but this time it's like I know I'm going into every game, I'm going to pick the same champion. I think we've picked a good champion because she doesn't get picked much. But I was speaking to Moose, the support that I play with a lot when we're streaming. The fights need to happen in a certain way with Xayah. And if they're not happening in that way, man, does it become difficult. If there was there's been a couple of games where if you know that there's a bunch of tanks on both teams and the fight's going to happen right in front of you, man, the ability to throw down all your feathers is awesome. And be able to pull them and do loads of damage is awesome. I've got to figure out how to get to the 4 or 5 item power spike because she comes properly online at that point. The game this evening, the last game, game 22, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. At the end of the game, I'm literally shouting, give me the kills, give me the kills. Let me kill everyone, let me kill everyone, let me kill everyone. I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. I haven't explained, this evening was the best example of it. My kid, who's 2 years old, they're going to wake up during the night. They're not going to allow me to play games constantly. I mentioned that I was only going to be able to play 10 games a week. Being able to hit about 11 games a week so far. That's the most I can do. When you get older, when you've got other responsibilities, you can't play nearly as much as you want to. Can't play nearly as many times as you want to be playing. And you've really got to choose what you're going to do with your time in the evenings. What you're going to do as your hobby. This is one of my hobbies. Playing games, playing League, streaming is one of my hobbies. I really enjoy setting up streams. I really enjoy hanging out with my buddies online. I'm sure you've heard some of the chat that we've had. Feel free to come to the stream anytime and say hi. We love it when new people come on. But when you've only got 2.5 hours, if you're lucky, in an evening, play games 2 or 3 nights a week total, and you know you can't play 20 games in a week or 15, 20, 25 games in a week, you're restricted to how much you can actually improve, and also you're restricted to your ability to learn new champions and pick up things and get that muscle memory. So what I want to say about one tricking is, going back to it now, especially given the circumstance I've got, one tricking is probably the only viable way to improve and increase your rank. I've watched the pros say it. I have a check out of the trailer. You'll see a link. I've listened to them constantly say, you need to one trick, you need to do this. I've never sat down and really gone, you know what, I'm going to do it. I've never sat down and gone, I'm going to do 100 days. I'm going to do 100 games. It's hard to commit to only playing one champion for all that time. It's hard to know that for the next 3 months, you're going to play just one champion. One great thing about having all these different champions in League is you've got all the variety, and you've just taken all that away from yourself. And going into matchups, you know you're going to struggle. You know you're going to have a hard time. But because 20 games in or 22 games in, I'm feeling the damage. I know what damage I can do now. I'm knowing how much I can output. Doesn't matter if the mechanics of what you're able to pull off. Once you've done about 20 games in a row of one champion, just improves dramatically. Games 15 to 20 or 15 to 22, I'd say those games I've seen the biggest improvement in my mechanics. I'm no longer having to think about my farm. I've watched the skill cap videos. I've been that guy. who watched all the videos on YouTube, and they said get better at CSing. I did some practice. I did the drills. All I can say is, if you've only got a chance to play 10 games a week, like I have, if you've only got a chance to get in 2 or 3 nights a week, if you commit to one champion and you do it for 2-3 weeks and only play that one champion, I can tell you now, you will improve. Your mechanics improve. The first 10 games, you're just going to be finding everything out. You're going to be remembering how to play the champion, trying to do little things. You're going to hit a plateau. You're going to get annoyed around game 10 to... Actually, you're going to get annoyed between games 6 and 10. And you're going to want to give up and just be like, oh, I'm done. Game 6 to 10, you're going to start getting those losses. The excitement is gone. You're going to start getting annoyed. Games 10 through 15, you're trying to figure out what was going wrong. You were doing well in the beginning. You're excited. Then things start to go wrong. Around about game 15, 16, you start to find your feet. You start to understand the damage a bit more. 17, 18, 19, you're starting to take more risks. You're going for a few more plays than you thought you were going for. By game 22, you're calling out, I want the kills. And you're running around saying, I can kill that person, I can kill that person. 20 games, 20 to 25 games. Try play 20 to 25 games with the same champion. I'm telling you now, between games 15 to 25, that is where you actually see the improvements. Go on. You dared me, you challenged me, I dare you. 20 to 25 games with the same champion in a row. Give it a go, let me know how you get on down in the comments below. Have a great evening, guys. Take care. Bye.